Ahora sí, bros. It's a Latin assassin. What's up? What's happening? I guess Elon didn't like being covered up at the gas station. He was okay with it for a little bit, and then he didn't like it. He's like, bro, I need to see. But here we are. Hopefully everyone is doing well after those storms, guys. It was kind of crazy, but luckily, thank God, it didn't hit us as crazy as it could have. Cubo Unlimited, que pues. How you doing? I'm all right. Thank you. It is a little windy here, guys, but we're going to stay on the side with the least amount of wind. The wind is coming from the west, a little bit northwest, but mostly from the west. And voila. What's today, guys? Hump day? Yesterday was Tango Tuesday, and today is hump day. Let's see. Let's see what we do today. Zero game plan as always. You know how we do here. Yo, Tiger Tackle is out here near me. Yo, Tiger, I went into one of your live streams, bro. I told you what's up. The beautiful part about this place is, bro, no matter which direction the wind is coming from, you can find some dock that will mostly be protected from it. Some people will call them ramps, but I call them docks for some reason. I mean, there's a dock near the ramp, but whatever. Kind of like the spinning reel, open face kind of situation where Creel hates that I say an open face reel. Maybe some people hate that I say a dock when it's really a ramp. We're gonna slowly let the wind push us in this direction, I think. Hurry up, wind, we don't got all day. We've already been hanging out for a long time. doing landlubber stuff, you know. I wouldn't call it adulting, but, you know, just existing on land is really what I was doing. All right, Silver, you gonna be okay right there? I'll be back, guys. The lower unit oil is changed, Steve. BSing is true, Krill. You know I'm good at that. Oh, and just leave it right there? All right, dudes, if you are still on. Let's roll. Oh, kind of. We just barely got on the water, dude. I mean, dudes, you guys see me eating seeds and stuff, bro. Clearly, I'm in that landlubber mode right now, dudes. Let's try something, guys. Sunset Hump's over here. I was mainly gonna focus on Sunset Hump because I was like, whatever, bro, we can catch fish right here, but I'm gonna try this other little hump over here off to my right, and we're gonna see exactly what it's made of. It is a little breezy right now, but whatever. Anyways, about that. Let's get some BBLs. That's what Brian says, Brian. That is what we are after on the daily. All the homies are trickling in. All right, so I'm checking these humps. It is hump day. Does that necessarily mean that we're gonna fish humps? Not necessarily, but you know, it's hump day. Good afternoon, Susie. What is happening? There's some grass over here. Okay. All right, so we'll start off on this little humpish point that comes off of over here. The wind is blowing and in a favorable direction to us. I do see what looks like some Tic Tacs out here, but they're just kind of hanging out in no man's land. We will eventually, guys, have to show ourselves how to fish some ledges and stuff, pero today is not that day. Oh, I do not intend to, Brian. We are just looking for the grass so we can stay on the edge of the grass to get all up in them bass. You know what I'm saying? That is what we are looking for. All right, guys, welcome back. Here's the Latin Bass Assassin. What's up? What's happening? And we are out here on Lake Guntersville. We got our sea legs back. The moderator couldn't keep us on land all day. Here we are trying to blame the moderator for showing up late. Classic. Classic. All right, guys. Here we go. We are in 7 feet of water. There is a little hump in that direction. Creel, I did change that line. So right now you're about to see me cast and bird's nest. How do I know that? because every time I change to new line, I bird's nest. But that is a rite of passage. That is how I know that we got new line on, because I'm gonna bird's nest. Here we go, we got Don's chatterbait. While the storm was coming in, we said, you know what? Let us just put new line on. And apparently I put a little bit new line, now that I look at it, but enough. Whatever. There's one right off the first cast with Don's chatterbait and the new line. Would you look at that, guys? We don't usually fish this hump, but here we are. What? One shot wouldn't kill. The Latin bass assassin in the house. One shot, one kill, guys. He is not big, but he must not have seen some baits in a while, and he's all like, oh, what is that, bro? Here we go, and he fell out right into my hands. Perfect. You couldn't have scripted it any better. Our non-zero streak continues, my dudes. Not a big one, but we got one. We'll weigh them. You know how we just like to waste our time weighing fish that are small. I've had some viewer feedback that says if they see another small fish weighed, there's going to be fisticuffs probably, but whatever. Moderator, do you know where the scale clip is in the mail? Like where, when we should expect it? The weight is in, guys. No tag at all. Almost no weight at all. Darren, thankfully, I was in a shelter, bro. The location of that shelter will remain unknown, but I was in a shelter. There is no hot sauce on there, bro. The closest thing that could be on there is probably some salsa that the moderator made, because it might be on my hands, and when I touch that chatterbait, there might be a little bit of salsa on it, dog. So our cast is going a little bit further. Oh, now I know why I didn't bird's nest. Because my brakes were set a little tighter than usual. In Sacramento last I saw, and no delivery update. Oh, come on now. Rancid bacon. Strawberry Kool-Aid. That is a weird combination, my dude. So let us try and remember the angle at which we casted. That way we could see if we can get another one from that spot. There is a constant breeze and a little bit of a high gust going on. You can see some white caps off to my left. But right here, we're pretty much safe. The hot sauce, bro, there was no food in silver. Or on silver, I should say, because when we fish, we don't eat. When we don't eat, we fish. So it is hump day, my dudes. We are halfway through the week. Let's see if we can't pick off another one. We will slowly switch between angles at which we're casting, and then we will also switch between baits. I don't know the size of the fish that will be here. I just assume there will be fish here. That might be the only fish. In fact, based on past experiences, we should probably just leave. One shot, one kill. We just get out of here, one fish, and then we bounce. So hopefully everybody's week is going super smooth. And everybody who was in those storms last night, hopefully you guys are safe. Those storms that came through, they were a little crazy, huh? Did I miss Creel's gloating because I changed line? Or did he never gloat? Well, this is gonna be kind of sad if he never gloated. If we go to the main lake, it will be choppy. So going to the main lake is probably not part of the game plan. We have plenty of stuff to fish in this section right here, and it is productive stuff. El Norteño is in the house. Cuban Norteño, what's happening? Maybe that was the only dumb fish of the bunch. Creel, it can't be a lie, bro, because look, I'm casting a lot further, even into the wind, bro. We are covering more water on every cast, which allows the fish to see our bait even further, bro. It's just for a longer distance to where they can't say no. Guys, right now it is 70 some degrees, probably barely high 70s. Feels like temp, probably somewhere around the same, but dude, 2 days ago, I was in feels like 95s. And now I'm in feels like 78s. What is going on? And tomorrow it should be cooler than that. What is going on? I'm telling you guys, Mother Nature, she's just tripping right now. Oh, I expected a bird's nest, bro. First cast, I expected all my breaks to just be off with the new line and for it just to go psh, bird's nest. But instead, I caught a fish with no bird's nest. You know, sometimes the unexpected is just, it's good stuff. We'll cast a little further to our right, see if we can entice a fish. We are currently in 7 feet of water. That is about where the grass line ends, and that's where we want to be, just outside that grass line. Some people the grass line. I'm not one of those people. I like hovering. I'll cast into the grass line, but then I want to get out of it almost as soon as you can. Back ahead. Colin, I assume you're talking about you were cleaning up your tackle tavern. Because why would you have hair jigs like, let's say, in your couch cushions? That seems a little bit dangerous, bro. If that were the case, I missed him. If that's the case, bro, please let me know so that if for some reason, if I am ever in Canada and I end up being at your house, then I'm gonna watch out for potential hooks in the cushions, you know what I'm saying? Can't believe I missed that fool. Probably a little wussy, huh? I had to slow down though. All right, so I got the angle where this fool bit. I'm gonna throw this a couple more times, and then I'm gonna switch over to either a worm or the Nico. One or the other, but one of those is going to get this guy to show himself. Dudes, I had a conversation with Benefish, and Benefish was losing his mind because he was like, bro, you put 12-pound test on everything? And I said, bro, everything, except for my jig rod. That one has 20 pounds, but everything else is 30-pound braid to 12-pound test. And he thought I was crazy. I mean, he might still think that, but line-wise, I didn't think that was crazy. Hence, I stay outside the grass. If I'm, dang it. Another one. If I'm inside the grass, I get crazy. Okay, these guys want to fight? They got it. I'll slow roll them even more. One more cast with this chatterbait, and then I am throwing something slow to these. Hey, chatterbait, don't start spinning. Something slow to these fools. Because I know they're there. They're just missing me. Or slapping me like that. You fools want to fight? They might not be big. Maybe that's why I'm missing them. One more time. Benefish said he uses, I don't know, 17. I think he said maybe the smallest was 15. Maybe. He said in wintertime he might go down smaller than that, but he thought I was crazy. Yo, Rons, what up, dog? We've been grinding. Where you been at? Hopefully everything's good on your end, dog. We're just out here grinding. All right, BBLs. let's get on the BBL Express, homies. We're gonna throw this Nico out there, and if there is something out and they see go all. Now, question, guys. All of you guys see the post that I put about the new wardrobe that I wanted to implement here on the Rodcast. I hope you guys did. Some of you have commented on it. I think it's a good fit, guys. Well, Rons, hopefully the craziness ends sometime soon, my friend. Unlimited. Is your statement, oh no, you can't wait? I think you're very pro that wardrobe change. Have shifted slightly. They were coming from over here and now they're coming from over here. Not a problem. That is when the sun and the moon meet, Colin. Dudes, watch, look. This is what we'll do so that people, so that it's not, so the moon isn't so intense during the day. What we'll do is I'll be like a preppy guy, right? And I'll put a little sweater around the waist so that Mother Nature will determine, as she always does, when you guys will be able to view the moon. So if there's a little bit of a wind breeze, then potentially you're gonna see the moon. And potentially you won't. But I'm just saying, that's a gamble we'll have to take possibly. So it's gonna be kinda, the moderator had questioned the sensibility of those pants, especially out in these conditions, because it might get a little humid, right? Because it's hot out here. It's summertime. And the viewing pane may be just covered with humidity, bros. I don't know. It's just an option, bros. Susie, before I posted that, of course, it had to be run by the moderator. But funny part is, I didn't see that post. Someone else saw that post. And that person showed me that post, and then I discussed if I should put that on there. Did I buy the pants or not? Kendall, I don't even know where these pants exist. I don't even shop, Kendall. Any wardrobe that I have is because the moderator picked it out for me, not because I chose it, bro. I'm at that point in my life where I just exist. I exist, I wake up, there's clothes. I'm like, oh, I guess I'm wearing that today. That's cool. Then there's food, and I'm like, oh, I guess I'm eating that today. Well, that's cool. There's a lot of choices in my life that are made for me, not by me. And heck, bro, sometimes even the fishing, whether I'm going fishing or not, that choice is made not by me, but by the moderator. Oh, Susie, I am aware of that. Of course, I always push it to the limits, but I'm telling you, I make no decisions. I just exist. Sometimes I get home and I'm just hanging out, relaxing, and she just tells me, all right, the boat's ready. And I'm like, what are you talking about? The boat's ready. I'm going fishing? And then she's like, yeah, I thought you were going fishing. And I was like, well, I didn't think that. And she goes, well, the boat's ready. All right, fine. I guess I'm going fishing. You know, it's a tough life, guys. It is tough. All right, guys, Steve just made it to the point where now I have to buy those pants, because I'll be darned if I'm gonna go use that money for Z-Man toads. So everybody can thank Steve the next time they see this Rodcast and my wardrobe has changed. It was either that or buy some Z-Man toads. And by golly, we are buying the chaps. Well, not the chaps, but the pants. That's what I'm saying, Krill. I think she just wants, she's like, hey, you're going fishing, right? I spent 5 minutes with you. You should probably go fishing. I'm like, all right, whatever. That's what my guess is. I'm gonna throw that crankbait out there, if I can cast it that far into the wind. Oh, Creel's right. I can just save some money and I'll get some old pants. I'll tear the pockets off of them. I mean, why do I even need the plastic portion? Because that's just asking for trouble. That's a lot of humidity. Heck, I could turn these pants into them right now. Oh, that was Colin who said that. My bad. All right, guys, these guys are not liking this worm. We are gonna throw that chatterbait again. Maybe they've had enough time to stop. Oh, actually, let me throw the swim bait over there. I'll throw this Kitech out there and see what's up. One more time with the worm off to the left, and then I will throw that Kitech. See if they'll smack that fool. But while the worm is off to the left, let us put on our sun protection, as we do not want to get burnt out here. And then maybe we will put on, yo, what up, down? Maybe we'll put on our Iron Man wristband so that we don't have to even think about the pants. Again, that Iron Man wristband was purchased by the moderator, so you can thank her for the fact that I don't have to bend down to read comments anymore. Even though right now I'm doing it, but you could thank her for that, guys. She was like, oh yeah, these guys have probably seen enough. Let us get this wristband so he doesn't have to look down. Ron, it's been a while, dog. All right, let's go get the wristband. Creel, would you like me to show that image? All right, here we go, Iron Man style. Let us become one of the Avengers and put this wristband on. And there you go, Ron. Avenger style, bro. Look at that. Sometimes I call in drone strikes, Ron, so do not get too bold in the chat, bro, to send out a strike. The Bass Avengers. Why would they mention that, Steve? Why would they mention that that Wonder Woman? Very interesting. Now that I'm headed in this direction, that tells me that potentially the angle that I was fishing this at is incorrect, or was incorrect. But correct enough to get a fish, just incorrect enough to get more. So I might have been throwing to the dumb fish, the one that is not even where I thought he would be. And the other guys are safe because I thought they were going to be over here, but they're not. Based on what I'm seeing with my drift, it is over there. We are still in 7 feet of water. So that hump should be over here. Mike said it's tough out here. Well, Mike, we're on the water, so you can't be too bad. The fishing might be tough, but the lifing, bro, the lifing is all right. All right, guys, so now the hump is off to my right. I know I said the hump was somewhere before, and I was incorrect, but this time, I believe myself to be correct. But last time, I also believed myself to be correct. Oh, Mike, you've been out here? You've been out here throughout the day, Doug? All right, if Mike said it was tough, then at least we got one so far, so we haven't zeroed. That's a good start. Should be off to our right. Let me put my hood up so they know who's in the house. All right, Mike, well, be safe on the way home, homie. See, we're here in shifts, bro. Mike's shift ended, my shift began. We cannot let these fish rest. Someone must always be fishing them. It's gonna be kind of hard to show photos and stuff of like people's fish now because I gotta bend my arm all weird. We are in 7 feet of water. As Ron's has typed it multiple times, I will throw a crankbait. Ron, it's not gonna be a long cast is the problem. That's my cranking stick for the rip wrap. So this usually doesn't go very far. That's about as far as a chatterbait. We are throwing a square bill, an American shad, well, Lucky Craft American shad square bill. It will probably only go about 4 to 5 feet. We're attempting to throw right over that hump where I believe there to be some grass. Based on what I'm seeing, there should be some grass there. But my eyes have lied to me before. You know, kind of like when I look in the mirror every morning and I'm like, dude, that guy, he still got it. He's like in his 20s. But maybe others see me and they're like, bro, that guy's past his prime. It's over for that vato. But in the mirror, my eyes tell me different. What I like about this area right now is that we don't have eelgrass floating. Checking the wristband. So far, nothing. I'm gonna move just a little bit more. Oh, I heard it. I heard it, Senor Benefish. I just didn't want to presume it was for me, dog. Benefish just told me that he had honked as he cruised by the bridge. But I'm not exactly sure that any of those honks are for me, so. I should make a bumper sticker that says honk if you're hooking, but that's just kind of weird. The skies are pretty clear right now. Yo, Mike, tell me about it, dog. It was kind of crazy. We have gone back to the Nico. We're trying to throw on top of this hump and see if there's something there. We picked one off. We're not gonna stay here the entire time. We're gonna move to Sunset Hump. It is a little choppy out towards the main lake, so, well, seems to be dying down a little bit. But we know that they stack up on Comfort Hump. This is just an exploratory mission right here. Sunset Hump might be the location. I don't know where Mike was, bro. But I do know that Benefish was just on the road, dog. He just passed the causeway. He passed over on the causeway and honked. That's what he was saying. He was saying that he saw me from the causeway and he honked. That guy does work a lot, bro. He's a, I don't know what to call him exactly. He works on air conditioning and stuff, so like if your stuff breaks down or whatever, he'll go out there and handle business. He'll go to your house and fix the situation. So I think there was a couple tornadoes that touched down in Madison, but that's a little bit of ways from here. So I don't know of any actual tornadoes. There was definitely none near my house, but I don't know of any in the town of Guntersville. All right, one more cast and then we will vamoose. But as we vamoose, we will throw the chatterbait because we're gonna go up on the shallow side of this and then come back around. Actually, while we're out here, I should do a mic off moment. So guys, please enjoy traffic. All right, guys, we are going to work this area real quick. Go to Sunset Hump, and that almost felt like a fish, but it wasn't. We got 3 humps that we were gonna, well, 2 that we're gonna rotate through here, as it is hump day. Colin is correct there, Mike. When the mic goes off, it is the manual bilge pump check because we believe in safety here, Mike. We have to make sure that our equipment is up to par. It is at the highest of standards. So, I believe Colin is correct. Mike, we've had multiple mic off moments for all kinds of different reasons. You know, I've been up here on the front on a phone call, and that was a mic off moment. You know, various things have been accomplished on mic off moments. Now, some of these guys, like Kendall, will speculate what is actually being done, but it's all speculation. And you can see the speculation is starting to show itself there, Mike. I'm not sure if that's an amenity that is. I'm not delirious, Steve. That is not an amenity that I ever saw in the brochure, Colin. Like when you check off, you know, like, yeah, I'd like my boat to have this, that, and the other. I don't think one of those was an option. So, you know. But I will tell you that those are pretty spacious live wells, dudes. I've had an 11-pounder in there, and it took up a good portion of it, but, bro, it still had some space in there. So those live wells are spacious. All right, guys, there's one. We went over the top of the hump. Oh, and he let it go. Let me check this drag. I saw him. He was probably about a 2.5 pounder. So we are now over the hump, as most would think. We are over the hump, and I'm throwing back to it because there's a high spot on that hump. Dang it. I missed that fool. I saw that fish. Dang it. He was definitely on there for a little bit. Yo, Jerry, we got on. I just missed one. I've caught one. And a couple have slapped at this bait, but the one that I just missed was probably about 2 pounds, somewhere around there. That's what I'll tell myself, but I think that was possibly another one that kind of wanted to throw down. But now that Jerry is here, guys, we can now start catching them BBLs. Yo, Jerry, are you aware of our BBL Plus that we caught yesterday, bro? And yesterday is yesterday, bro, but just in case you were not aware of that BBL Plus, and the winner of that was Unlimited, and Unlimited was all like, bro, roll it into the next one. Dang it. All right, let's get it, guys. Let's get it. Let's quit messing around. The storm's adrenaline has worn off. All right, let me just throw this real quick, guys, because it didn't work before, so why would it work now? Just give it a second. Oh, yes, sir, dog. That was a 6 pounder. Even Steves, bro. Even Stevens. We had to reweigh it 4 times to verify. First time said 6, but I was like, well, hold on. Next time said 515. Next time said 515. And then the next time said 6. And I was all like, well, I guess we're going with 6. It's because the boat was rocking during that time, so had to verify that. You son of a gun. All right, so that was a bite. Okay, no big deal. I just need to know that they'll bite this. And now I'll let it soak a little bit more. That high spot on this, the point comes out from there to here, but there's a high spot out there. Yo, Todd, what's happening? The chemtrails, Mike, are not visible right now. The storm pushed them all away, dog. All to wherever they came from. Jerry's out there catching one on the first cast. Jerry, are we fishing twins, bro? I caught one on my first cast, but it wasn't 3 pounds. It was 11 pounds. 1 pound, and I don't even know if I told you guys, 1 pound, 14 ounces. dudes, my bad. So almost a 2-pounder, but not quite. So now, guys, the next BBL Plus, which is a 7-pounder. We got to get a 7-pounder in May. We're running out of days in May. But if we get a 7-pounder, that BBL Plus will be worth $75. $75. And if we do not catch a BBL Plus in the month of May, because it's got to be a 7-pounder, now that's going to be a high bar, but whatever, bros. We keep moving that bar. If we do not catch a 7-pounder in May, then those $75 will roll into June. And then in June, we reset the BBL bar down to 4 pounds. So any BBL will win somebody a $75 Bass Pro Shop or Tackle Warehouse gift card. But that is if we do not catch a BBL Plus, a 7-pound BBL Plus in May. I'm wondering if the winds have died down, because we might go to where we caught that. It looks like the winds have died down. We might go to the Cousins where we caught the 6. Let's see if we can't get ourselves a BBL Plus. What time is it? 4:47, barely, bros. We got like dudes, sun is not going down today until 7:44. So that means that we still have time after that. Oh my God. I thought we were already close to the end of the day, but we are nowhere near the end of the day. Todd wants to know if I bought those pants. Todd, we've been discussing that. All right, guys, we've been discussing whether I should buy those pants or not, dude. It's kind of split right now between everybody saying no and me still asking. So it's very close, you know what I'm saying? They haven't decided. Now, the only one that could potentially, just as I say, the wind died down. A little breeze comes through. But dudes, I'm pretty sure there was a freaking fish on that. That's grass. The only one that could possibly tip the scales is Steve, because some in the pants in the direct buying the pants. Yo, Jerry, sometimes it's just that one bite, bro. Like on Monday, bro, I got one 4-pound 6-ouncer and then a little tiny dude and a drum. And I went from about 10:30, maybe 9:30, somewhere around there. I went from that time all the way to the end of the day in a different area that I hadn't fished before. Well, I fished it before, but not lately. And bro, that was a grind. That was a butt whooping. That's wrong. Drag is stupid. Let's see if I was able to hook this guy enough. Yeah, my drag is just a bunch of wussies, huh? I got a hook in this fool, but my drag was super wussy, bro. That's why I've been missing fish. Guys, you should always pay attention to your drag. Don't let your drag be a drag on your fishing. This is that roofing nail Nico style. Oh, Jerry, that's the other thing. I caught that one on a Nico, dog. He's not a giant. He doesn't have a tag, but he's in the boat. That's how you want your Nico hook set to look, right at the mouth. Now, when you got a BBL, it may not be at the top of the mouth. It might be somewhere else. A little deeper in the mouth. That makes sense, bros. My drag was all wussy. This fish, the weight is in. No tag. We fixed our drag. Now let's go catch a bag. Washallah. Out here busting rhymes for free. Relax, guys. These rhymes, these gold bars, they're going platinum. Nanner diff. Also, Jerry, right now I am throwing a mag diamond, right? So the mag diamond is big enough to where I could put an O-ring on him, dog. So when I put an O-ring on him, now I don't have to lose so many worms. I don't have to lose so many worms from the action. All right, the drag is back. It's set correct. Knees weak, arms is sweaty. On my sweater is the moderator spaghetti. That fish, guys, weighed 2 pounds, 9 ounces. Sorry, guys. 2 pounds, 9 ounces, dudes. Not a giant, but now that you got the hooks, the drag right, I might be able to put some iron in these fools. Mike's talking about he caught a 2-pound crappie. That sounds delicious. Nanner, are you not believing me that my drag, bro? That my drag was the problem, dog? Have you seen my hook sets, bro? If you don't got that drag up, then I'm gonna friggin' set the hook with no success. I wonder if that was the fish who got away from the chatterbait. A little breeze coming through. Yo, 22, what's happening? I'm assuming you did good in the storm, bro. Nothing crazy. I mean, you're alive, so that's already winning, but I'm assuming nothing crazy happened in your area. Because all we got was a little bit of hail, but it was not that big.